subtitles. They're still having problems with subtitles. I know a lot of live streamers have been complaining about subtitles. Some of them have them, some of them don't. So, but I know how to fix it. I know how to fix the subtitle problem temporarily. So it works. It works. Good. So thanks everybody for joining me tonight. It is Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday, heading into the weekend. TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday tomorrow. Heading into the weekend, I hope you have a lot of big, fun, super duper plans for Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you're going to go hiking. The weather's starting to cool off. It's becoming very comfortable outside, at least here in Beijing. And 24 right now. Yes, 24, very comfortable here in Beijing. So anyway, hope you have big plans for the weekend. My plans, the same for me. I'll have a couple of classes, and then I will have a couple of English corners, and I will sleep. So class, and maybe I will be able to find some me time at a Starbucks at some point. And I'd like to try to squeeze in a massage. I'd like to try to squeeze in a massage on Saturday or Sunday if it's possible. I have English Corner scheduled for Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5. I have an English Corner on Saturday night. It's not English Corner. It's kind of like a networking event on Saturday night. I have English Corner on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4, and then another English Corner Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. and a live stream on Sunday night, 8 p.m. to whenever I get tired and decide to quit. So that's my schedule for the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, busy morning, noon, and night. Good evening, Lynn. Thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for joining this live stream. Our topic tonight is talk about a good childhood memory. Yeah. What is your favorite childhood memory? Maybe you have a good childhood memory. Maybe something happened. Maybe you went on a vacation, or you went, to visit some relatives during a holiday one time, and it was extremely a little bit special. Maybe you traveled to another city or another country. Maybe you have some good. Maybe it's just playing at home with your close friends or your cousins. Maybe some of your relatives. Maybe that's your childhood memories. Maybe a good childhood memory has to do with a pet. Maybe your childhood memory involves a pet. Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. That's our topic. If you'd like to talk about that, I'm more than welcome you to raise your hand and come up on stage. If you find that you don't want to talk about this topic because you think it's awkward, or maybe doesn't bring back good memories for you, you don't have to talk about this topic. We can talk about something else. I used to play with my cousins at my grandma's home. That's a very, very good memory. Dominic, hello. Lynn, hello. Family trips, thank you so much. Grace, good evening. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. It is August 31st. Say goodbye to August, the last day of August. Homework. Well, you had to do something fun. I know you had lots of homework as a child, but I'm sure you had some times that you had something fun to do. Yeah, a lot of people had homework when they were children, but you had to have something. Maybe you went to a park or had a picnic or went hiking or did something that really sticks in your mind that was fun. Tonight, our Hello Talk live stream, sponsored by Starbucks Coffee. It is delicious. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. It is Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday, and tomorrow, September 1st. So Goodbye, August. Hello, September. I'm looking forward to September. It's one of the most comfortable months in Beijing weather wise. I have to say, because weather wise, it's one of the most comfortable months. September and October, very comfortable. So I'm looking forward to September. Uh, August was a good month for me. I had a good month. I was a busy month for me, but it was a good month. July and August were good months, and June was pretty good, but it was very hot as well as July. But I had a pretty good summer, I guess. Summer's not over, I don't think. I still think we're going to see some hot weather, but I think we're going to be saying goodbye to summer in the next few weeks, and it's going to continue. It's going to start to cool off quite a bit here in Beijing. So it is Thursday night. Bye bye August. Hello September. Tomorrow in Beijing, not just Beijing, in China, the whole country is the first day of school. Tomorrow, the first day of school, September 1st. It's going to be in Beijing, there's going to be lots and lots of traffic because all the parents are going to be giving their kids a ride to school or taking them someplace. The subways are going to be crowded. The buses are going to be crowded. It's just going to be a crowded morning and a crowded evening after work. So I know in Beijing it's going to be that way. I'm sure in most cities it's going to be that way as well. Goodbye, August. Hello, September. Hello, September. My results are coming in September. Good. I hope you, I not hope, I know you're going to see good results. Long time no see. Thank you, Laban Perfect. Yes, long time no see. I've been gone for a while, but I returned a couple of weeks ago, actually. This is my second week back. Greetings from Italy. Thank you for joining us from Italy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever country you're joining us here from. I'll do a little bit of a quick introduction of myself if you haven't met me before. If this is your first time joining my live stream, thank you for joining us, by the way. My name is Todd, and I am streaming live from Beijing, China, and I've lived in China now for 12 years. Welcome from Palestine. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yes, I live in Beijing, and I've been here 12 years. Yes, it's a long time, I know. I come from the United States of America, a very small state in America called Iowa. This is actually my university, the University of Iowa, the university that I attended, and um, Iowa is not very famous for much. Giuseppe, good evening. It's a farm state, a lot of agriculture, corn, soybeans, cows, pigs, chickens, that kind of thing. So there's not a lot, it's not famous for anything except growing food. So, not famous for anything except growing food. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I'm not a teacher. I get asked that question maybe 10 times a day via private messages. If can I teach you English? And I'm sorry, but I'm not a teacher. I'm a tutor. If you need help, you have questions about pronunciation or some certain vocabulary words, or I can help you, but I don't teach English. Don't ask me any grammar questions because I'm horrible at grammar. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to grammar. So don't ask me grammar questions. If you have some very complicated grammar questions, then maybe I would suggest you find a qualified teacher to answer that. Most if not all qualified teachers can answer your grammar questions. I apologize. I honestly can't answer your grammar questions because I don't know grammar very well. So, anyway, if you know anything about Americans, we suck at grammar. We're not good at grammar. We learn grammar in we learn grammar in middle or primary school and middle school, very little grammar in high school, no grammar in college unless we're going to be teachers. If our major is teaching, and then we continue to specialize in education, which involves grammar. But after most of the time after middle school, we don't really study grammar and we forget most of the major grammar rules. We know past, present and future tense and countable. We know a lot of the basic grammar, and I can speak usually without making some grammar mistakes. But if you're going to ask me a question about why is this way, I can tell you what it is, but I can't tell you why. I can't tell you the grammatical reason why, because I haven't studied grammar for decades, so I have no idea why. I just know that's the answer. A lot of times people will say, "Can you tell me the answer to this English, this sentence?" I'm like, "Okay, here it is." So I tell them, and they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know why. It's just right." Well, grammatically, why? I go, you want me to explain it to you grammatically? You got the wrong person because I don't know why it is. I can't explain it in grammatical terms. So if you need that answer, in grammatical terms, then I think you need to find a teacher. They can probably explain it to you better than I can. So anyway, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so if you're just trying to improve your speaking skills, you really don't need to study grammar. Right, Addie. You don't really need to study grammar. If you're just trying to improve your speaking and listening, you don't need to study grammar. Forget about it. If you're going to take an exam, IELTS, TOEFL, or any kind of an English exam, of course you need to learn grammar. Of course. But if you're not if you're not taking any type of exams coming up, then you don't need to study grammar. I tell people, put your grammar books away and start practicing speaking and listening. Don't waste your time trying to memorize grammar rules because it's a waste of time. Good evening, Audie. Thanks for joining us. Peter, thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody who has joined us tonight. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people who've said hello to me in the comments, and I probably missed it. I apologize. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just, the comments sometimes scroll a little bit quicker, so I maybe miss it. But anyway, 8:14 p.m. here in Beijing, and our topic tonight is let's try to discuss your a positive childhood memory. Okay, a positive childhood memory. That's what our topic tonight is. If you want to tell me a negative one, that's okay. I guess it's your choice. But the topic was actually, your favorite childhood memory. So that means to me a positive childhood memory, a happy one. But if you have a sad one that you want to share and that's what you want to do, then no problems. No problems. If you want to share that with me, it's okay. So, tonight, our topic childhood memories. I know, yeah, grammar's boring. You're right, Rita. But if, of course, kids, if there's children in school, like in primary school and middle school, they need to learn grammar. Of course, they need to learn the grammar. They need to learn the proper grammar. But if you're an adult and you're and you're not learning English, you know, to try to pass a test or an exam in the future, then don't stress about grammar. Put your grammar books away and focus on speaking and listening. Those are the two most important things. And vocabulary. So, listening is very important. Listening is probably more important, or the most important, because we listen first and then speak. Even as babies, we were listening to our parents or our grandparents first and then imitating their voice and speaking second. As babies, we didn't talk first and then listen. We listened first and then talked. That's how we learn English. We listen and talk. Listen and talk. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And practice as often as possible. Practice, practice, practice. So, if you have just downloaded Hello Talk, welcome to Hello Talk. Thank you for joining my live stream. I appreciate you joining this live stream. There's lots of live streams you could choose to attend, and you chose mine. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm flattered. But our topic tonight, childhood memories. My name's Todd, and if you haven't met me before on in person or in this live stream, it's nice to meet you. Cheers. Coffee tonight, not coffee almost every night to be honest. Coffee almost every night to be honest. Coffee almost every night. Americano, everybody. Mm. Oh, it's a little hot still. Don't take such big drinks, Todd. It's still too hot. Wow. Can you help me for learning English? I sure can. You came to the right place. If you want to learn English, I can help you. Follow my Hello Talk account. Follow my moments, and if you, I post a lot of English materials on my moments that's going to help you improve your English. If you check my moments every day I post some materials that can help you improve your English. It's free. All you have to do is follow my Hello Talk account and check my moments every day, and you'll see some new articles with new vocabulary words that can help you improve your English. So, there we go. Todd, I can understand. You can understand me? Good. Do you turn on the air conditioner? I have my fan on. I have a fan. See? Doo, 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 doo. My fan. Whoops. I have my fan on. Coffee keeps me up at night if I have it after 2 p.m. Today, after 2 p.m., I had about 3 cups. This is my third cup after 2 p.m. today. This is my third cup after 2 p.m. today. So I had 5 cups of coffee, two before 2 p.m., one in the morning, no, actually two in the morning, and then after lunch I had another 2 cups, and then this one tonight. So 5 cups of coffee. All the cups of coffee are not this big. Don't get me wrong. No, so I don't have 5 of these. I don't have 5 of these. You know, the cups that I have at work, I don't have one here, but they're just regular coffee cups. They're not like great big huge monster cups of coffee. So when I say I drink maybe 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, it's not this size every time, every 5 of these. No, not that. Can I ask about your childhood? I had a good childhood. I had a good childhood. If I drink LOL, I can't go to sleep. Yeah, a lot of people say that. If you drink a lot of coffee, I had a good childhood. I was lucky. Todd, you helped me a lot. Good. Welcome back, Luna. Thank you so much for joining us again tonight. May I join your stage? Yes, raise your hand, and I'll start to bring people up a little bit later. In the beginning of the live stream, I kind of like to answer some questions because I always get a lot of questions in the beginning of the live stream. So I want to take. I usually do like a little Q&A, a little bit of a answer some questions, kind of introduce myself a few times for people because a lot of people that have joined here tonight, maybe joined for their first time, and they have lots of questions for me. So joining live stream is free. You mean coming on stage is free? You're in the live stream right now, so I don't know. I don't think you paid to come on in the live stream, but maybe if you want to come up on stage, I think the rules. I don't know what the rules are anymore. I think you get 3 free times to come up on stage per month, and then after that, I think you have to pay. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are about coming up on stage anymore. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. My name is Todd, and yes, I am streaming from Beijing, China. I've lived in China now for 12 years, and I come from the United States of America. I had a very, very good childhood. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think that my childhood was perfect. It was far from perfect. I had a lot of ups and downs. I had a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness. I saw a lot of things that many of you have probably never ever seen before in your whole life that I saw as a child being raised on a farm. and I had a lot of good experiences and some not so good experiences. So, that's what life is. Life is full of ups and downs. Nothing. Nobody has a perfect life, including me. But if I had to, say if my childhood was good or not, yes, most of it was pretty good. But I did have some, you know, I did meet some difficulties as a child. Growing up on a farm, it's not always easy. A lot of hard work. A lot of people think it sounds very cool to live on a farm. And yes, it has its perks. It has a lot of good things about living on a farm, but it's hard work. Don't get me wrong. It's hard work. I learned from a very young age to work hard. From a very young age, I learned to work hard, and my dad taught me that because my dad was a hard worker. He's up in heaven now. And he's looking down on me, saying, "Yes, son, I was a hard worker, and I wanted you to be a hard worker." So my dad is looking down on me because I'm talking about him now. I'm talking about you, Dad. Yes, my dad was a hard worker, and he wanted us kids to be hard workers too. He wanted us to have that work ethic. He wanted us to have that work ethic, or to be responsible hard workers. Okay, he thought that if you work hard in life, you'll go places. So hi Todd, I'm Vicky. Do you remember me? The intern in Perfect World. Vicky. When were you intern, Vicky? When were you an intern? I'm trying to remember. Yes, I do remember, but now I'm trying to remember when. You have my mind working, 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 working. Ah, an intern at Perfect World. Wow. Oh, yes, you're going to University of California, San Diego. Now I remember you, Vicky. Yes, I do remember you. Nice to see you again. Or I don't see you. Nice to talk to you. I guess I can't see you. Nice to talk to you, Vicky. Welcome to this live stream. University of California, San Diego. Yes. Could you share the most impressive thing or people in your childhood? Good to see you too. Thank you so much, everybody. Teacher Angie, thank you so much for your gifts. I do appreciate all of your gifts, everybody. And thank you so much for all of your kind words. Um, could you share the most impressive? Gosh, in my childhood, I didn't really meet a lot of, people who because I spent a lot of time in my childhood with my brothers and my sister and my parents and my relatives. So, I didn't spend a lot of time around, a lot of because we didn't go on a lot of vacations when I was a kid. Sometimes we did, but it wasn't easy to leave the farm and go on vacation. So we didn't go on a lot of vacations. So I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of opportunities to travel when I was a kid. I guess if I had to choose some people that impressed me a lot, my mom and dad. Uh, my mom and dad were, my rock. They were always there for me. They supported me. They made sure that I did and learned the right things. I learned a lot from my mom and dad in regards to, you know, how to be a good person. Okay, my mom and dad taught me how to be a good person, and I guess that's the people in my life that impressed me a lot. My mom and dad taught me how to be a good person. So that's I I can't think of anybody else. My older brothers, yeah, my older brothers were role models for me. They were awesome, and yeah, we got in lots of fights. Excuse me, but it is if I had to choose people, if I had to, I would choose my mom and dad, because it is, they're the ones that inspired me. They're the ones that taught me to be who I am today. I am who I am today because of my parents. I give them most of the credit. I am who I am because of my parents. I finished my internship. I'm sorry. Yeah, you didn't have coffee with me. You and we didn't have time to sit down and have coffee before you left. Um, did you even say goodbye? I don't think you even said goodbye. Did you say goodbye to me, Vicky? I don't think so. You finished your internship. Yeah, you didn't have a chance to sit down and have coffee with me. That's okay. I know you're I know probably during your last few days at the company you were very busy. You were always very busy. You were always very busy. I know. That's okay. But yeah, if you ever come back to Beijing, you have to send me a message, okay? We can always get coffee another time, okay? No problem. No problem. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. My name is Todd. Yeah, I'm streaming from Beijing, China. I come from the United States of America, and live in I've lived in China for 12 years now. Anyway, thank you so much. Drinking coffee at night makes me lose sleep, so I like to drink it in the morning. Okay, good for you. I like to drink coffee in the morning too. So we have that in common. We have that in common. We both like to drink coffee in the morning. That's awesome. But I like to drink coffee in the evening too. Cheers. So, our topic tonight, you have a warm, yeah, I'm lucky, I guess. I'm lucky because my family, um, my grandparents and my parents, were, I guess, they were farmers. So my parents were farmers. My grandparents are farmers. My great grandparents were farmers. So, do you drink alcohol? I do. I drink alcohol, but not not in the live stream. I drink alcohol on the weekends. I'm a social drinker, so I don't drink alcohol here at home because I'm here by myself. So I don't, I'm not a person that likes to sit at home by myself and drink alcohol. That's just not who I am. So I would call myself a social drinker. I'm a social drinker, meaning that I like to socialize. When I socialize with my friends and hang out, then I will drink some alcohol. This is my first time joining your stream. And speaking of coffee, do you like latte? You know, Emmy, I think I said your name, Emmy. Emmy, I do like lattes. I do. I love it. But I don't drink flavored coffee as much as I used to because I I used to drink a lot of flavored coffee, cappuccinos, lattes, mocha, lots of different vanilla lattes, lots of flavored coffee. And then, I made some lifestyle changes because I wanted to be healthier. So I didn't want to stop drinking coffee because I can't. To be honest, I can't stop drinking coffee. I'm addicted to it. So I switched from the flavored coffees to Americano, straight black coffee, no sugar, no cream, no, well, sometimes milk, but no sweeteners. I don't put any sweeteners in it, just straight black coffee. Again, I needed to make some lifestyle changes, and that was one of them, making a big change, going from flavored coffees to straight black coffee. Um, and it's made a difference for me. So, Tiffany, thank you, Tiffany, for your gifts. I do appreciate it. I appreciate your gifts. So, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. It is Thursday night, and our topic tonight are we're talking about some of your childhood memories. If you have some good memories, maybe you don't have to name a lot of good memories, but you can just name, one good memory that you have from your childhood. Some of you are so young, it wasn't very long ago for you. Maybe it was just a few years ago for some of you are so young in here. Maybe your childhood just a few years ago. For me, my childhood was 100 years ago because I'm over 100 years old. So my childhood was over 100 years ago. That's a century because I'm over 100 years old, and I can still remember some of my childhood, and that's like 100 years ago. Can you believe it? Wow, I'm so old. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I hope that you all have had a good day. If it's morning in your country, good morning. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, eat your breakfast, toast, eggs, bacon, whatever you're going to have for breakfast. Um, maybe a bagel with cream cheese. If it's afternoon, good afternoon. Um, and if it's evening, good evening, wherever you are located. It's evening here, where I'm located in China, 8:32 p.m. And again, I had a very good day. I had a busy day, but it was a productive day. So I'm very happy. Whenever I have a productive day and I can get, you know, most of the work finished that I needed to do, and I leave the company uh, knowing that I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish for the day, it's for me that's a successful day. So I'm happy. And then here I am talking to you. Hi. So, our topic tonight. Let's get started. Let's see if I think Peter's probably hanging out in his house, and he probably had a very relaxing Thursday today. Tomorrow he's going to go play mahjong. So, my life at home been a mess in my childhood, and at the time my mom never shut up with complaining. Yeah, I know we all had some negative childhood experiences, but I think you probably had some good things happen. We all had bad things happen, but I'm sure we had something good happen, right? I experienced some bad things too. My mom and dad yelled at me a lot because sometimes I was naughty, and sometimes my brothers were naughty, and sometimes we were all naughty, and my mom and dad yelled at me and screamed at us too. And you're very angry, but we deserved it because we did something wrong or we were naughty. So, it was that's I guess that's part of growing up. And I understand are some parents, treat their children different than other parents. Some kids grow up in different families, have different experiences. So I'm not downplaying your experience one bit. I totally understand how you feel when you're talking about parents and how they treat you, because not all parents, you know how to be good parents. I'm going to say not all parents are good parents. Unfortunately, that's the case. Not all parents are good at being parents. My parents, again, I'm not going to lie, they're not perfect. They weren't perfect parents. They made mistakes. You know, they did some things to us that, um, that weren't so nice sometimes. But all in all, I can't complain about it too much, because as you grow older and you become a parent yourself, which I am a parent myself, um, you begin to understand more about how parents and why parents do some of the things they do. So most of the time, parents do and say things because they love you and they want you to be good, successful human beings. Now, maybe they go about it the wrong way. Maybe they say the wrong things. Maybe they do the wrong things, trying to convey their message to you, or trying to, you know, help you to become good people. Maybe they don't do it in the right way, but maybe it's the only way they know how. Some parents learned from their parents. If your grandparents or great grandparents, had problems and weren't, the best parents, then more than likely your parents learned how to be parents from them. So anyway, I'm not going to get into so much of that, because this is a lot of ifs, if this, if that. So we don't really know about our parents. But anyway, all I can say is all parents are different, and no parent is perfect. Um, you know what? No parents um, have no parents I think can be perfect. My parents, again, like I said, weren't perfect. No parents are perfect, but I just want to think that I guess most parents want the best for their kids. I guess I hope most parents want the best for their kids. They just go about communicating it in maybe the wrong way sometimes, but maybe it's the only way they know how. Anyway, hello. Oh, there he is.
Hello, good
How are we
evening,
doing tonight,
Todd.
sir?
Oh, very
Good. A
comfortable
relaxing
day.
day.
Uh, yeah, I stayed home. Expect. Beside, I, I should say beside or except. Except in the afternoon, I went
Oh,
to KFC and have me time,
okay.
have a
You had a
cup of
cup of
Napoleon
americano
there.
at
Yeah,
KFC. Was it
you.
busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so busy. Because in China, in Kunming City, the primary school uh, begin his new term
Oh, wow.
1 week earlier, not
Okay.
September the 1st, uh, because they had the
Ah,
vacation
they started
1 week earlier, and 1 week
okay.
earlier
They
to
started their
start the new
vacation a
term.
week early,
Yeah.
so they
Mm.
have to start school a week early. Yeah. Here in Beijing, they all start
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh, good. Usually
Yeah,
start at September the 1st.
good.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
your day was just relaxing at
Good.
home and spent a little bit of time at KFC with some coffee uh, and just kind of looking around at people. And then did you ask the girls at the KFC to take your picture?
No, because I had a
Oh,
lot of pictures in KFC. I said many
okay. You
times
have lots of
in Hello
KFC
Talk moments.
pictures.
Today I don't
Okay,
have. Yeah.
cool. So did you learn anything today from what I
Mm.
posted?
Yes, sure.
Mm,
First, I tell the story
mm.
about today's
Yeah,
topic.
definitely.
When I was a child, one thing I remember deeply, because when I was a little child, not many things can revive. Only a few, some strong express in the
Yeah.
mind can remember. I remember one thing. It's happy. Mm, when I was 3 years old, my birthday of the 3 years old. At that time, the education system are different with now. There is no kindergarten. Yeah, just the elder sisters or brothers take of the
Oh,
younger
okay.
sisters of and the brothers,
Oh,
and
okay.
the family. The mother was the first teacher of the child. So when I was 3 years, my father asked his good friend, he's a doctor, to
Oh,
be
wow.
my private teacher. Well, yeah. So my father invited him to my home, and I had a ceremony to uh,
Okay.
respect to the teacher. Yeah. My father and my teacher sit in front, and I go to the in front of them, and I
Uh-huh.
knee on 2 knees on the ground and burn
Yeah,
my
Kurtao.
body. Uh, Hey, Kurto, yes. And the code, change the code
Okay.
from Mr. to teacher. Okay, and I get up. My teacher pat my head and
Okay.
give me a name. of studying the name. Yeah. Beside my nickname as the little children. And she took an envelope from his pocket. There was some little money in the red envelope. I'm so happy. After thanks to her, to him, or my father, I go back, run out of the house to show I got envelope. I'm so happy that not beside, but beside the door has something something higher of the face.
Oh, so you tripped.
It makes me fall down.
You tripped.
Oh yeah, I tripped and I fall down. My whole because I'm running. I was running, so hurt my face and I had blood.
You were so excited when you took off running that you tripped over the doorstep, and you know the doorstep that was up a little bit higher, and then fell on your face.
Yeah, face to my ground and
oh wow, that sounds painful.
More painful. So happy things becomes bad
sometimes.
things.
Yeah, that's not.
So I remember it
that's
very
something that
clearly.
most people probably wouldn't forget. But the good thing is at least you had a good teacher, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good teacher.
Good.
He was a doctor. He told me to learn the Chinese character at the beginning. Yeah. Yes.
Very good. Let's talk about what I posted today on my moments. Okay. Good.
Okay. Someday we will reflect back on our life and say, so that's what it was all about. We all realize that every moment, every challenge, every joy, and every sorrow had a purpose and meaning. In the meantime, keep smiling, be thankful, ask for help if you need it, and trust that someday.
Yeah. That's so true.
Everything
a lot of times people wonder
sense.
why they're going through a difficult time now, or why is this happening to me? What's going? But someday they'll look back and they'll realize, why.
Okay. Just you told us. In Chinese we say, to be parents can know the difficult.
Parents have a difficult job. Yeah.
Yes, have difficult job. So, when I was a child, sometimes I don't understand what parents ask me to do this, to do that. At that time, we don't understand. But when I became a parent, I understand why my parents ask us to do this.
Yep.
Yes. And today you give us a quiz. If you were to describe someone as charming, they would be. It's not difficult.
You know the word charming?
I know the
word. I think I've posted that word before, haven't I? Yeah.
Okay. So the 4 answers are unpleasant or
repulsive. Repulsive.
Repulsive. Yeah. Unpleasant or repulsive. I know the word unpleasant.
Okay.
Repulsive is a new word. Repulsive. B. Unpleasant or delightful. Yes, it's the answer.
Someone who's charming is very pleasing or delightful.
Yeah. C. Boring or uninteresting. No. It's not good. Unhappy is the opposite of pleasing.
Right.
Of pleasing. Yeah. D. Confusing or difficult to understand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's confusing.
Not charming. So charming. Just if you describe somebody who's charming, that means they're very very pleasing, very pleasant, very nice, and very delightful to be around. Very nice to be around. Yeah.
Okay. And they give us a common English expression. In the
In the
heart
heat of the
of the
moment.
moment.
Yeah, in the heat.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Heat.
Heat.
In the heat of the
H-E-A-T.
moment. A
In
lot
the
of times,
heat of the moment.
this describes an argument.
Oh, argument. It means at a moment when one is very angry, excited, or eager without pausing to consider the
Consequence.
consequences. Consequence. For example, the argument got pretty nasty, and in the heat of the moment, we both said something we really
Yeah.
regret. Oh, yes. And after that, maybe both say
Yes.
sorry for
Yeah.
that.
Sometimes in the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
heat of the moment means it's like in the the worst part, a very, very bad argument. A lot of times, you lose your temper and you say a lot of things that you regret. Yeah, during the
Okay.
heat of the moment.
It's happened
Yeah,
to
everybody has
everyone.
done that or will be doing that, I'm sure, if you haven't.
Okay. Yes. Oh, today's conversation,
Yeah.
you put us before, but
Yeah,
interesting. I would like to
someone asked
repeat
me,
again.
they asked me about this conversation between Todd and Gina, and they said I went through your moments and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and I can't find that conversation. I said, okay, don't worry, I'll repost it again on Thursday. Oh, thank you.
Yes. Todd and Gina. Todd says, "Hi, Gina. This is
Yeah, they're on
Todd."
the
Oh, they
Todd.
are in the
Todd is
phone.
calling
So
Gina.
this is Todd. This is Todd.
Right.
Not I'm Todd. This is Todd is on the phone to talk like this. Where it is. Hi, Gina. This is Todd. Do you want to go out this evening? I know a great restaurant. Gina answered, "Thanks, but I'm going to visit my friend. How about tomorrow evening?" I'm afraid not. I'm going to pick my parents up at the airport tomorrow. I see. Do you want to go out this weekend? I can't, Todd.
Right.
I will go camping with my friends. Oh, how about next Tuesday? We can watch a movie. I'm sorry, Todd. I'll visit my cousin in the hospital. Well, how about sometimes next month? No, Todd. I'll get married next month.
Yes. Yeah.
Very
Obviously, Gina
interesting
doesn't want to
conversation.
meet Todd. She comes up with lots of excuses. She comes up with lots of excuses not to meet him. Instead of just saying
Yeah, just get
instead of
some
just saying,
excuse.
Todd, you're a nice person, but I'm not interested in you.
Oh, yeah, it's very
Yeah. So
directly.
instead, she's
Yeah.
being very nice and coming up with excuses. I'm going
Very nice.
camping. I've got to visit my cousin in the hospital. I'm going out with my friends. And then the last one is I'm getting married.
Yeah, maybe she just makes some
Right.
reasons not true.
We call those
Fake reasons. Yeah,
excuses. Excuses. Yeah.
white lie.
Or yeah, like you said, white
Excuses.
lies. Yep, exactly. Because
Excuses.
she doesn't want Gina does not want to
Yes.
hurt Todd's feelings.
Oh, yes. Did not hurt.
Right.
Did not hurt Todd's feeling. Yes. Today gave us
Likeable.
vocabulary. Likeable. Likeable means a likable person is pleasant and easy to like. For
Phoebe.
example, Phoebe. He said, okay, Phoebe. Phoebe is a likable Oh, I'm hydrating. Personality. Personality and always makes everyone
Right.
feel
That's a
welcome.
likable person. A likable person is easy
Okay.
to like. Yeah, yeah. A likable person is
Easy to
easy
like.
to like and
Likable
good
person is
and fun to
easy
be
to like.
around.
Okay. And next,
Laid back.
laid back.
Yeah,
Laid back.
laid back.
Laid back means, yes, it means someone or something that is relaxed and easygoing. It is often used to describe someone who has calm and casual attitude. For example, the beach town had a laid-back vibe, with people
Lounging.
lounging, lounging is a new word, lounging in the sun and enjoying the show pace life. No, in the
Slow pace. Right.
slow pace of life. Yeah, slow pace of life
Right.
means
Means
not
laid
hurry,
and laid back.
very relaxed. Yeah,
Yeah, so we can
laid
describe a
back
place as
means
laid back, like a city or a town, and a person.
yeah. For example, he has a laid back attitude and doesn't let
Yeah.
stress bother him. Very good, very good. Uh, the bothers sometimes
Right.
is not happy thing, but don't pay more
Yeah.
attention about it. It would be
Right.
laid down,
Yeah. Yes.
laid
It's
back.
better to try to be a little bit laid back and relaxed, and don't let a lot of,
Yeah,
serious problems, bother you so much.
yeah. Don't let uh, something bother them so much. Next one, whisper. Whisper. Whisper is to speak very quietly to somebody so that the other
Yeah.
people can't hear what
Whisper.
you are saying. Yeah, try.
Whisper. Whisper.
Whisper, whisper,
Yes.
say it me over.
Whisper.
Whisper. Yeah. For example, she leaned over and whispered something in his ear. I'm not sure what she said,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah,
made
we
him smile.
none of us know what she
Very good.
said because she whispered. We couldn't hear her. Yeah.
Oh, great word. Another paragraph. Being content is a wonderful feeling that brings peace and happiness to our lives. It means being satisfied with what we have. Uh,
Content. Content.
content, content,
Contentment. Yeah,
contentment.
contentment.
Contentment means contentment is content,
Yeah, yeah, contentment.
noun of the
Content.
content. Contentment, contentment doesn't mean that we stop uh,
Struggling.
striving,
Uh,
striving.
Striving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not striving, striving,
Right.
striving. Stop striving for our goals, and that we don't have any
Ambition.
ambition. Ambition. Instead, it means that we are able to enjoy the journey and find joy in the process, rather than just focusing on the end result. Try to focus on the present moment, rather than worrying about the future or dwelling
Right.
on the past. So,
Yes.
finally,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
content.
Finally, I'm content.
Yeah.
That's if you can get to the point in your life where you're content, that means you're satisfied with what you have. That is happiness. It doesn't mean that you're not
Oh,
still trying to improve yourself, or you're still striving to reach certain goals, and you still want to be ambitious, but you are content with your life and where you're at. Yeah, that to me, that's happiness.
Happiness. Yeah. And the
Yeah,
phrases dwelling on the past is good. Yeah. Dwelling on the past means
yeah,
not
yeah.
think the
Don't focus
past
on the
anymore.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Don't
focus and
focus.
stress so much
Don't
about the
focus on the past.
past. That's yeah, don't dwell on the past. Some people dwell on the past. They think about mistakes they made or what they could have done differently, and it's like, you can't change it. So just move on and don't dwell on the past. And you can learn from
Okay.
your mistakes, but don't dwell
Learn
on the
from
past.
yeah. Don't dwell in the past. Okay. And today's dictation is sister of
Yeah.
with yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday was the coffee.
yesterday we
Today
talked
is the
about
tea.
coffee. Today we talk about tea.
Yes. Mm, I before I joined the Hello Talk, I drink a
Uh-huh.
few of coffee. I
Tea.
most drink tea. Yeah. After I joined the Hello Talk and talk more about coffee, I become more and more drinking
Uh-huh.
coffee. Now every morning I drink a cup of
Tea.
coffee,
Okay.
and rest of the day I drink tea. When I go to play mahjong, when I stay at home and
Uh-huh.
watching the TV or do
Okay.
something, I drink a cup of tea.
Good.
So
That's
both I
okay. Yeah.
drink.
I drink tea sometimes. Sometimes during the day I'll
uh,
drink a cup of tea, but that's not prepared by
yes,
me. It's maybe some of my colleagues will
yeah,
make a cup of tea and then offer me a cup of tea.
okay.
Sure. Yeah, it
Because
has a
tea in
long
China has
history
a
and
long
it's
history. It's
has
tradition. Yeah.
multiple health
Mm.
benefits for you, and yeah, it's actually has some good health benefits for people. Yeah.
Okay. Once I traveled to
Uh huh.
Sri Lanka. Once I traveled to Sri Lanka. The guide leads us to visit a
Oh.
tea
Okay.
factory, tea mill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The name
Uh huh.
Ceylon tea. Ceylon. Ceylon was the former name of
Oh.
Sri
Okay.
Lanka. From its uh,
Colon
colonial,
colonize.
colonial, colonial,
Yeah.
colonized by British. Yeah, it's a name
Okay.
by the colonized by British. The British bring the tea seed or tea trees from China to the
Okay.
Sri Lanka and plant them. And the tea garden grow very well, and the weather in that plant is better for the growth of
Okay.
the tea. And the tea important to the England, the famous
Uh huh.
tea brand in
Okay.
British. Yeah, and the name of the country changed to Sri Lanka, but the name of
They
the
still
tea
kept the
not
same
changed,
name.
used till now. Yeah, same name. So I bought a
Uh
box
huh.
of that tea. Yeah. Also, my China, our tea are so famous, but I still bought as a traveling convenient uh,
Uh huh.
something. Buy
Yeah.
something in the
Yeah.
traveling means
Oh,
so
yeah. You mean like a
saving,
souvenir?
souvenirs
Like a souvenir. Yeah. Yeah.
or souvenir,
So
souvenir.
Sri Lanka has good tea.
I
Okay.
yeah, Sri Lanka has a good tea. I bought the tea and passed it
Okay,
to my
good.
friends when I
Yeah,
came
that's
back
good.
to
Yeah, I
China.
drink a little bit of tea, but not I drink more coffee than I do tea.
Okay, I'll read this paragraph quickly. Tea is a delicious and healthy drink that has been enjoyed by the people all over the world for thousands of years. Yes, thousands of years. There are several varieties of tea, such as black tea, green tea, and many more. Each type of tea has its own unique flavor and healthy benefits. Drinking tea can also help you relax and feel calm. Many people enjoy a cup of tea as a way to unwind after a long day or help them focus while studying or working. So that next time you are feeling thirsty, why not try a cup of tea? You might just discover a new
Yeah.
favorite drink.
Yeah.
Very
If
good
you're not used
article.
to drinking tea, you should try it. You might find a new favorite drink or a new beverage. Yeah.
Okay. The difference between coffee and tea. Uh, Coffee smells well, sometimes smell
Yeah.
better than drink. Smells or
The
more,
aroma.
aroma. And if you're not used to it, you
Yeah.
drink a little
Yeah.
bitter. But
Yeah. Yeah.
aroma is very well,
Yeah.
very keen, no strong smell. Just the
Right.
drink,
The
yeah,
tea really
just
doesn't
the
have
drink is good.
any type of a strong
So
smell.
the difference.
Coffee has a very strong aroma, and I've talked to people before who've asked me about my coffee habit, and they're like, they love to smell coffee, but they don't like to drink it. They're like, I love the aroma of coffee, but I don't like to drink coffee.
Yeah, both of tea and coffee has caffeine.
Yes.
Caffeine in tea also.
Yeah.
So if I drink too strong tea, also cold, you can't sleep well if you're not
Right.
used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to control your coffee and tea intake if you're not used to drinking it. Since I'm so used to drinking coffee all the time, it doesn't really affect my sleep.
Okay. Mhm.
So anyway, yeah, it's kind of one of my habits.
Okay. Let
Good.
me stop here.
Okay, great. Thank you. Tomorrow's Mahjong Day. Happy Friday, and I hope you are it's your lucky day and you win at least 30 RMB tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I hope. I
Yeah.
hope.
That way it'll pay for your taxi ride home,
Yeah, but
right?
right. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Peter, for reviewing all that information I posted tonight or today. And I hope you have a good night tonight and have a fantastic Friday. And we'll probably see you back here tomorrow night.
Okay, I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hey, bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Peter, for coming up on stage. Peter comes up on stage in the live stream and reviews the information that I post on my moment. So if you're wondering where he gets that information, after my live stream, I I get I have lots of messages, of course, which that's okay. But after my live stream, a lot of people send me messages saying, Peter's an inspiration. He's such a great student, and he inspires me to keep going. I'm like, yes, that's great. And they're like, where does he come up with all those vocabulary words and those articles? Where does he get those that he reads on your in your live stream? And I said, you know, he gets that information from my moments. So if you check my moments, it's there for you to use too. It's free, and you don't have to. You can study English at your own pace. Whenever you have time, you can flip on Hello Talk, put your earbuds in, and listen to my articles uh, on my moments, and it will help you improve your English. When you're not busy, or if you're cleaning, you're doing chores, or you know, if you're outside walking or riding a bicycle or whatever you're doing, if you turn on Hello Talk or log into the Hello Talk app and listen to my moments, um, it and it's part of your routine, meaning that you do it consistently as often as possible. I can tell you right now, your English is going to improve. Now, it's not going to improve quickly, okay? Improving English doesn't happen overnight. It's not something that happens quickly, okay? It takes time. But if you do it consistently, uh, I can almost guarantee you your English will improve. So my marriage birthday today, being married over 12 years, I'm going to say. Congratulations. Happy anniversary on your 12th anniversary, wedding anniversary. Happy 12 years of being happily married. And happy birthday. Happy birthday. So, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. My name is Todd. Yep, I'm streaming from Beijing, China. I've lived in China for 12 years. For those that have asked me this question, I've noticed in some of the comments that some people had asked a few questions. But anyway, thank you. And let me see, what else? And I don't speak Chinese. That's usually the main questions that I get. Where are you from? I'm from America. Where do you live? I live in Beijing. Do you speak Chinese? No, I don't. Do you like Chinese food? Yes, I do. Are you a teacher? No, I'm not. Okay. My wife, Rafael, sending you hugs from Fortaleza City of Brazil. Cool. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. And I wish you many more years of a happy marriage. Congratulations. That's awesome. Fantastic. That's good news. I love to hear that. So thanks everybody for joining me tonight. It is 9:07 p.m. here in China, and our topic tonight is, talk to me about some of your childhood, one of your favorite childhood memories. Okay, we all have memories, good memories and bad memories. I'll tell you one of my childhood memories. Okay, I'll kick it off. Peter talked about one of his happy childhood memories when he was 3 years old, and it was it was a happy memory turned a little bit painful for Peter, but that's okay. It was still a good memory for Peter, and I love that story. One of my happy memories when I was a kid, of course, I grew up on a farm, and I think I've told people that before. I grew up on a farm. Most of you know that. We had lots of animals on our farm because my dad loved animals. Sometimes I think he was trying to start a zoo, but anyway, uh, that's not true. But anyway, I'm just joking. But anyway, we had horses and cows and pigs and chickens and sheep and goats. We had lots of animals. Of course, lots of cats and dogs. Anyway, my my dad raised we raised a lot of animals, and I grew up around a lot of animals. I grew up. That's why I love animals today, of course. Um, and if you want to see a picture what my hometown looks like, it's so exciting. There, that's my that's what that's this road is a road that I traveled with on riding horses a lot. This road is not far from where I grew up, and I would ride horses on this road with my brothers. My sister was a little young, because so she didn't ride horses right away. But after my sister got older, she would ride with us too. And I remember riding horses on this road as a child. So it's and if you look at this picture, it looks boring. There's it's just flat farmland. That's all it is. But yeah, so this is kind of a picture of what I this is kind of a picture of where I grew up. This road is really close to where I grew up, and we would ride horses on the weekends. Uh, and this is one of the roads that we would we would ride on. If you can't see the picture, you need to log out of the live stream and log back in, and you'll see it. Sometimes the pictures in the live stream maybe don't show up for you. You just have to log out, log back in, and you'll see the picture. Mm. I was going to tell you about a childhood memory. So one of my good childhood memories is, of course, like I said, my parents are farmers. We raised a lot of animals. Specifically, my dad raised horses and sold horses to people who wanted to buy horses. So anyway, I my dad my dad promised me my own horse. So one of my childhood memories is when one of our horses was pregnant. Okay, one of our horses was pregnant. My brother's horse, his horse was pregnant and was going to have a baby horse, of course. That's what happens when horses get pregnant. They have babies. So anyway, how many horses? We had about around 25 horses, most of the time. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Um, but anyway, we had. My dad promised me my own horse. So, my brother's horse was pregnant, and my dad said that baby was going to be my horse. So he wasn't going to sell that baby. He said that when that baby's born, that baby horse will be mine. So I was so excited. It's my own horse. I never had my own horse. I always got to ride horses, but I never really had one that I could call my own, that I had to take care of and raise and feed and groom and take care of myself. This was the first time. I was so excited. So there again you can see. So when my I was in the barn. The barn is the building where we keep the horses inside, because this horse, she was pregnant, so she had to be inside. But when she gave birth to the baby horse, I was there and I watched it. So it was like I was so happy to see this baby horse come out of its mom, and to see a baby horse born. If you've never seen it, it's not a pretty sight. It's not a it's not a pretty sight to see, any type of birth, whether it's a horse being born or a child being born. It's not a pretty sight. But I was still happy when this baby horse was born, and it it was a girl. Of course, we knew it was going to be a girl, a female horse, which we call a mare, Mare. That's a female horse. But anyway, she was born, and I was there, and it was a special day because it was raining. I never forget this day. I can picture it in my mind right now. It's just like it happened yesterday. It was raining. It was thundering and lightning, and it was that the day that she was born. It was raining, and outside it was a horrible rain and thunder and lightning. And my dad, who was there, and my brother, of course, because it was his horse that was having the baby, and my dad looked at. I was 10 years old. I think I was 10 years old. Yeah, because it was in the summer, and I just turned 10 years old because my birthday's in July. So, but anyway, it wasn't a birthday gift. He didn't say it was going to be a birthday gift. But anyway, I'll never forget it because it was a horrible day. It was a very rainy, thunderstorm, windy day. And, we were indoors, so we were safe. And my brother and my dad were there, and I got to see this baby born. And my dad looked at me after she came out, and they have to do certain things to make sure she's safe, and the baby's safe and clean and stuff. And after all that, then my dad looked at me and said, "Okay, what do you want to name her? You need to name your horse. It's your responsibility. Since it's your horse, you need to name your horse." So I thought about it, and I heard this crack of lightning and thunder outside. And I thought, today's a stormy day. So I named my horse Stormy. Her name was Stormy. Stormy. I named her Stormy because she was born on a stormy day. And I don't know where, I didn't even think about the name because my dad never told me ahead of time, be prepared to come up with a name for your horse because you're going to have to name her. He never prepared me for that. He just looked at me after she was born and said, okay, Todd, what are you going to name her? And I'm thinking, geez, I don't know. What can I name her? And at that time, all I could hear outside was crack of thunder, and I could see the lightning flashing in the windows, and I could hear the hard rain coming down in the wind. And it was such a stormy day. And I thought, she was born on a stormy day, so I'm going to name her Stormy. So I did. That is a happy memory. That's a happy childhood memory for me. So my horse's name was Stormy, and that's how she got that name. So a happy memory. Yeah. Again, watching a horse being born is not a is not a pretty sight. It's actually pretty gross. But I got to see lots of animals. Living on a farm, I got to see lots of animals being born. I got to see lots of animals being born. Horses, cows, pigs. Pigs have lots of babies. When pigs have babies, the moms, the female pig is called a sow. When a sow has babies, she has about sometimes 8 or 10 or more babies, piglets. So when a pig gives birth, they have lots of babies, a huge litter. And then cows usually just have one. Horses usually just have one. Sometimes they have twins, like people do. Not very often. It's not very common. Cows have one. Horses have one. Kind of like us humans. Not me. I don't have babies. But anyway, kind of like humans have usually just one. And cows and horses and sheep. Sometimes sheep can have two. But anyway, um, it is it is. I've seen cows born, pigs born, of course, horses born many times, and sheep and goats born. I've seen a lot of birth going on out on the farm. I saw a lot of new babies, a lot of new baby animals. Now, that was cool to see. On the flip side, I saw a lot of death. I saw a lot of death. I saw a lot of animals die.